Hello boys and girls, here I am with a new video. Long time since I've made a video explaining what's happening here with my new patch. And again, I'm hoping that this will give you some new ideas to work on your own systems. Um, well, let's hear a little bit what's happening before I go into details. Okay, so let's take them one by one. Uh, the first sound that I have based the whole patch on this sound. I don't know if you have guessed what kind of sound it is. It's a classic sound of pinging a filter. I'm pinging in this patch the variable QVCF from Surge by a random source. Very interesting filter for creating weird things. And yeah, this whole patch, the characteristic of this patch is there's a lot of audio rate modulation. So this is what's happening here. I'm sending on the 1 voltage per octave. I'm sending an oscillator from Benjamin up there, and another oscillator from the zero cos, a square wave into the VCF frequency. I think that's why the pitch changes. I'm not really sure. There's a slight drop on the pitch, and I'm pinging it from, where is the gate coming from? Well, it's just a feedback patch. So the bandpass goes into the input, and I'm sending a trigger from the slope of the zero cos here, who drives everything. It just sends triggers to a lot of things. Also the woggle back here to synchronize the randomness here. Now, so this is the filter. Second channel that I will usually put in the track is the RXMX, which has become a central part of my system. I have connected a very complicated here system of outputs from Benjamin and tides, two of them going through clouds. So there's quite a lot of sounds happening, and between Benjamin and tides there is audio rate modulation also, so I can create some more harmonically rich sounds, more weird sounds, more complex sounds. And of course the RXMX I'm also pinging from the same trigger from the slope here, so you don't get to hear all the sounds completely as they are, but there's just a very short trigger from all the channels. Now, of course, I have here, what I was trying to do is to, because I don't have a complex oscillator, I wanted to buy a complex oscillator, so I was doing some research which one would be the right one for me. But then I thought, okay, first let me see if I can modulate the oscillators that I already have, see if I can get some interesting sounds. And of course I have some interesting sounds, but it's not the same because the relationship between the oscillators it's not integrated in one module, in one well thought module to work together with each other. Of course, you can do a lot of things, you can experiment with it, it's a great idea to send oscillators inside CV inputs from another oscillator, but eventually, yeah, DPO has arrived today, so yeah, this is probably the last patch without the DPO. So I'm really happy about that. Anyway, to go further with this patch, because this could be really repetitive, these sounds, I have the Plets, an oscillator from Plets, going into here on the aux, because I'm sending it into a delay pedal. You can't see it here on the screen, just to give it a little bit more how would you say that? Yeah, a bit more lo-fi feel. It's quite harsh sounding, not harsh sounding, sorry, but very dominating. So I'm sending into the fixed filter from Make Noise, which is a lifesaver for a lot of situations like that, where you just have a sound that you really like, but just the frequencies are not right. And instead of trying to do something with your mixer, these fixed filters, you can always just try one of these frequencies, hear the outputs, and see what you can get from there. For example, this frequency works really well with the patch, and also with what's coming out from the zero cost, which is not very interesting, but it's giving us the rhythmic low frequency tone that goes together with the sound from the filter. So together they kind of make a nice combination. So yeah, these are the sounds, and the last one is here, the rings, which is also audio modulation full, so it doesn't sound like rings and makes really, there it is. Yeah, it can make some very destructive sounds and very harsh sounds, but also one or two notes, sounds that they are typical of rings, but it's quite extreme, so sometimes it comes in and it takes over, so you gotta be careful with the volume here. The cool thing about rings is that it doesn't constantly play, so if some of these voices are tiring to be constantly open, there it is, rings. Not very extreme right now, but it comes and goes with unpredicted ways, so gotta be careful. So yeah, in this patch I have to be careful with how much I use these very repetitive sounds. So they are the driving force of the song, but I'm not gonna be using them constantly. It can get really tiring. Yeah, or of course I can take the minimalist route and just have them really just constantly on in the right balance. Yeah, I'll have to see about that. I'm going to record the track just after this video. So yeah, I went through all the sounds. I think, yeah, what is there to talk about? Yeah, some people are asking about the tape recorder. I tried to record a patch in here with my previous patch that you can find on my previous video, but yeah, I think this should be great. It's quite completely new actually, so I just tried only once to record and it just didn't work. It didn't produce anything interesting. I think this would be great for recording acoustic instruments or drones. So this rhythmic stuff, I don't know, it gets compressed in a way that they lose their interesting, sharp sounds. So yeah, so I'm not using that. Anything else? The banjoline, what a great instrument. You can create crazy stuff. It's very deep. Tides, also, it can be a complex oscillator, but you gotta have to patch it in a strange way. Blitz is a classic. Yeah, and RxMX is the basis of everything because it just takes a lot of sounds in and just pings them into the patch. So yeah, I will need to play with these two sounds from Rings and from the RxMX. I think they also fit very well together and they kind of go away also. They're not constantly playing. There are moments of silence and I like that. So I have to see. I have sounds that they're constantly playing a stable rhythm and sounds like that that are a bit more anarchistic, but it's they are clocked together, so they can always play together constantly. And of course the pressure points here, I can change the note from plates. I can use it a little bit to create some movement and some different notes there, so it's not constantly the same note in the background. So yeah, this is my latest patch, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope there are some ideas, interesting ideas that you can try with your own system. And yeah, I'll see you guys with the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.